What's the most horrifying thing that happened to you in your own house? I've been married for several years, but this is the first time I genuinely felt unsafe in my own home. My husband was finishing up school and we just had a baby, so I was pretty sleep deprived. I had gotten sick and my husband wanted me to get some decent rest. To let me relax, he stayed with the baby in the living room and the nursery to take care of the baby while I slept. My parents wanted to see the new baby, so my husband decided to take the new addition of the family over to their house and just let my sister rest. It should be noted that my husband is extremely paranoid even though we live in a low-crime area. So he made sure the doors and windows were locked before leaving, and half woke me up. He lets me know he's going to my parents' house with the baby and that he'll pick up some dinner on the way back. I sleepily agreed and fell back asleep. Fast forward a couple of hours, I had to wake up to pump because my chest was starting to hurt. I prolonged this and tossed and turned for a while, because I was still exhausted and didn't want to get up. Once I started waking up, I realized the house was super cold. As I opened my eyes, I heard the front door shutting, but I was still super out of it, so I assumed it was my husband. I called out his name, but got no answer. The room was pitch black and all of the other lights in the house were off, so I couldn't really see anything. Suddenly, I got a really horrible feeling that I can only describe as stepping into a freezing shower. I got up and checked the thermostat. It was fine. I assumed I just felt cold because I was sick. I turned on some lights and went around the house. No one else was home, and the front door was still locked. That's when my heart stopped and terror crept in. I texted my husband to ask when he'd be home. He got home not long after. We had dinner and he stayed with the baby in the living room and slept on the couch. I noticed then that one of the windows in their bedroom is open. I know I didn't open it, but it would explain why I was so cold earlier. My husband got up to make sure to check that all of the windows were shut and the door was locked after I explained to him the weird feeling I got earlier. Later, I woke up again around 2 a.m. to pump. That's when I got that terrifying feeling creeping up again. I shot up out of bed and could barely make out someone standing at the foot of the bed. I thought it was my husband since the figure had a similar height and build. I asked him to bring me some water while I was preparing to pump. The figure doesn't move or speak. I repeated myself. In what I would describe as the most horrifying moment of my life, he answered me. No, go back to sleep. I like watching you sleep. The voice definitely did not belong to my husband. I turned on my side desk lamp and started screaming at this creeper wearing all black. He just started giggling. My husband jolted out of his sleep and I scrambled for the knife I had on my table. The creep just books it out the window. He had opened it and climbed through. That's when I realized for sure that he was watching me sleep earlier when I was napping. It was also probably him that I had seen shutting the bedroom door earlier. I still have no idea how he didn't injure himself when he jumped out of the window, because when my husband ran out the back to chase him, he had already disappeared. After that, we had the windows and locks replaced and set up a security system soon after. Despite this, I now sleep with a knife under my pillow.